Hi guys, how's everyone doing? We will let everybody get on. So how's everybody's Sunday going? I'm just hanging out and relaxing, to be honest with you. I hope you guys enjoyed last week, but we're just gonna let everybody jump on. Sorry I'm not coming to you with any makeup on. It's Sunday morning and I am just hanging out. Hey Jennifer, hey Vicky, hey Lori. How's everybody doing? We're gonna let everybody get on here, get everybody in. Hey Meredith, hey Suzanne, Lori, Ruth. How's everybody doing today? So I'm sorry I'm not coming at you all glammed up, but this is just real life. It's Sunday. Grace starts school tomorrow, so we have like a ton to do for her. So I thought I would just jump on here for a little bit. And we're going to do a Q&A Sunday. I haven't done one in a really long time. And so kind of rack your brains and start thinking about some questions that you want to ask. Hey Marie, hey Rochelle, Pam, Julie, Michelle, Pia, Becky, Ray, Alicia, Jennifer Olson, Jennifer Connolly. How are you liking and getting used to your new home? Fantastic. We really, really, really love it here, honestly. I didn't think that I'd ever love a place more than I love California. And I really, really love it here. It's fantastic. It's really great. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Kristen. Starlight, Anne, Kathleen. How's everybody doing? From where we got you from? Canada. Wow. Peggy, awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Kathleen, first time here. Welcome, Kathleen. So glad you're joining us on Sunday. Okay. So today, just to jump in and everything, we're going to be doing a Q&A. Usually we have topics and it's a little bit more structured, but today, since I am very much relaxed today, and I had such a big week. If you guys haven't caught up on the 5 videos I've already done this past week, take this weekend if you have time and catch up. We got people from Greece. Wow, Anastasia. Wow, nice. Thank you so much. And Puerto Rico. It's Grisella. South Carolina. Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. I hope everything's okay. Sending you lots of love. All right, Cammie's first time live. So if you guys haven't joined us before, this is kind of a lot more relaxed platform today. We're gonna be taking your questions. Oh my gosh, Scotland, Kate, welcome in. Okay, so let's jump in and let me see the first question I see. Renee asks, are beauty blenders always damp? No. And I probably should do a whole video on this, to be honest with you. Beauty blenders can be used damp or dry. There are a lot of different techniques that you can use. I have a tendency to use a damp beauty blender for under the eyes with setting a powder. But like, especially the Real Techniques beauty blender, that's like one of my favorite ones to use dry. It's so good, especially for foundation application. So no, they do not have to always be dry, always be damp. Thank you, Tara. I really appreciate that. Thank you. She says the One Palette 4 Look series was so good. Thank you. I know you guys love it, and I love doing them for you guys. Just so you guys know, I am doing some further education tomorrow, actually with Osmosis, because they're actually based here in Denver. So, and then Tuesday, I have an appointment with my daughter. So videos for next week will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then of course Sunday. So just so you guys know. Where did I move? I moved to Colorado, Michelle. All right. Okay. Alicia says, looking for a lightweight pressed setting powder. Do you recommend anything? Pressed setting powder. One of my favorites is the Well People Bio Baked Foundation. That's fantastic. Setting powder for me under the eyes is going to be Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder all day long, every day. Rochelle says, is it important to use serums for your skincare routine? Yes, I find it to be absolutely imperative that you're using serums. If you guys haven't seen my live stream that we did on the ABCs of skincare, it was a live. So go back and watch that. That's how you build a simple routine, and I walk you through why it's important to have vitamins or ingredients A, B, and C in your skincare. Awesome. Very good. Jennifer Connolly asks, how often do you work as a makeup artist? Well, since I just moved here 3 months ago, I just got signed by Wilhelmina, who is a makeup artist agency here. So I'm hoping to start working more here. Wilhelmina is a very well-known agency. They have a lot of different places, a lot of different hubs, LA, here, and New York. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then I also do personal makeup here. But again, I've only been here 3 months, so it takes time to build a career again. So bear with me, but it takes some time. Diana, vitamin C doesn't seem to do anything. Why? It depends on what type of vitamin C. Maybe some forms of vitamin C, like maybe ascorbic acid or L-ascorbic acid, isn't for you. That's why I like the Lemieux vitamin C, because it has multiple forms of vitamin C. You have to remember, vitamin C is an antioxidant, guys. So you might not be able to see what it's actually doing. It's protecting your skin from free radical damage. As well as a brightening effect, but you're not going to remove pigmentation with using vitamin C. I mean, you can lighten it with some other ways, but it's not like this miracle worker. It's really for a lot of different things. It's really for skin health. It's really great for the DNA in the skin. There's a lot of different uses for vitamin C that really nobody talks about. Kathleen says, I have very visible pores and can't seem to find a foundation that doesn't show every pore and imperfection. Kathleen, have you tried the CLE, which is CLE? Let me write it in here. CLE CCC cream. You might want to try more hydrating, like tinted moisturizers or balms. To be honest with you, if you have larger pores, that's really a skincare issue that you need to be starting to address. Probably getting a facial every 4 weeks, just a traditional facial that cleans everything out, making sure that you have a solid exfoliation routine, making sure that you're really addressing internal health with probiotics and digestive enzymes are going to be really helpful. As far as a foundation, I think my best guess would probably be the CLE, or make sure you're using a good primer, a pore filling primer. But it's, foundation is so personal. It's also could be a way that you're applying it. If you guys put in the search bar in YouTube, like pores, Elle Leary, I have several videos on that. All right. Leslie says, Elle, would love to see how you do blush and types of blush. I have a really great, in my opinion, blush video actually up. I can try to redo it, but I talk about placement of blush, and then I also have a cream blush video too. Okay. Okay, so there's a lot of questions on here for pigmentation. So hold your questions just for a quick second, guys, okay? Because I really want to address this topic. Hope you guys are enjoying this platform. I love just reading your questions and just firing off some answers, because I know it's hard to get answers on a lot of this from anybody that, kind of real time. And again, these are going to be general statements and answers because I don't know your skin personally. But for pigmentation, and again, I have a bunch of videos on pigmentation as well on my channel. Again, making sure that you type in like hyperpigmentation or dark spots or Elle Leary, and they'll all come up. Because it's a really big topic, because there are several different types of pigmentation, sunspots, melasma, there's just a bunch of different types of pigmentation. The big things to remember is that to stop pigmentation, it's like a 4-step thing. You really have to be careful of sun exposure. So hats are a must, sunscreen is a must. That's how you're going to stop or prevent further pigmentation. Then you need to make sure that you're using vitamins A and C and B, so niacinamide. So those are going to be all about brightening, cell turnover, stopping melanocytes. Melanocytes are deep in the skin, and that's where the pigmentation kind of fires out. Of the skin, and that is also something else that you need to address. You need to make sure that you're not doing microneedling too deep, because then you actually break the lower levels of the skin, and then it's really hard to reverse that. Exfoliation is really important when you're dealing with pigmentation. Again, I know I hate to say this, but professional facials every 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm not talking about big fancy facials, just a simple facial to keep everything in working order from somebody that really knows what they're doing. Pigmentation is extremely hard to address. My favorite products for pigmentation as we speak right now is the AC11 Catalyst AC11 from Osmosis. Honestly, it's one of my favorite products that I've seen a little bit of a lightening effect from it in my skin. The Is Clinical whitening serum I have been using. I haven't super been loving it. But I have been using it. What that is that's full of kojic acid, that is full of some also AHAs and BHAs to help with that cell turnover. So what you need to do is you need to try to get your pigmentation to come up out of the surface and then, you know, be done. But if you have melanocytes like I do that continuously fire, that's really hard to get rid of. You absolutely can do lasers. I never found that the laser that I did, at least my personal preference, the laser that I did, which was the Clear and Brilliant laser, really didn't do much for my hyperpigmentation. That's now talking about IPL and things like that. But then we're getting into inflammation of the skin and how is that really helping? So this is a whole big other topic. So things like hydrofacials are good, but again, that's inflaming the skin. So hyperpigmentation is really hard to deal with. Kojic acid is something that's going to be really imperative for hyperpigmentation. That's also in the new Dr. Dennis Gross serum. But pigmentation is really difficult to get rid of. I'm also just started to try the Rescue from Osmosis. It smells horrible. It's because it's basically oxygen based. And I'll get into all of this too, but I recently just started that just a few days ago. And so I'm hoping that that really helps because that is supposed to be targeted for hyperpigmentation. So what I would suggest is making sure that you are doing an exfoliation routine with either the Exuviance pads or the Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads. Not too often, maybe once or twice a week. And then as well as making sure that you have a nice vitamin C, a nice vitamin A, and some niacinamide in there. I know that's kind of several. It's hard to speak to hyperpigmentation because there's so many different types. You really need to be seen by an esthetician to really see what type you have. So Julie says, do you believe that Strivectin will decrease sagging skin? Okay. So this is something that I get asked about a lot is loss of elasticity, especially in this under face area, okay, under chin area. If we're speaking very clinically, there are not a lot of topical products that you can apply to the face that will help severe sagging. Now, maybe if you're just starting, that might really help this area of the face. But there are different lasers that you can get for this. I mean, there are different types of medical procedures that you can have for this. But if you are really worried about, like, say, the turkey neck or something of that nature, I personally do not know of anything that's going to, like, whoop, reverse that back to where it was originally without the help of a plastic surgeon. And not a lot of it is invasive. Some of it's actually quite easy. But yes, we're talking about money here, right? It's kind of expensive. So that's just my personal opinion. If you guys have had any kind of other experiences, please share them in the comments section because that would really help everybody out. All right. So somebody says, how is the high desert treating your skin? So when I first moved here, it was like the Sahara. And that was in the middle of well, not in the middle, but at the end of winter. So let's ask me again in the winter. But right now my skin's doing great. Because it's summer here, so it's warm. It has a little bit of humidity in the air, so it's not super dry right now. So I'm finding it to be great. So thank you. Okay, hold on one second here. Okay, so hold on one second. Okay. So, any thoughts on bakuchiol? Yes, if you guys have not seen my whole vitamin A video, Marie, if you could find that link and put that into the description box, that would be super helpful. There is a vitamin A video I did on it and its alternatives, which is bakuchiol, and it's a whole, not a popular opinion video I just did a few weeks ago. So watch that back when Marie puts that in the description box if she can. Can you recommend an esthetician in Silicon Valley? Honestly, I didn't live over there, so I don't know any estheticians in Silicon Valley, but if you blend, if you are in my Facebook group, we have quite a few people, I believe, from Northern California. So ask that question in our Facebook group, and I'm sure you'll get some great suggestions. Okay. Let's see here. Renee says, I'm 60, use Mercier's Silk Cream Oil Fred Photo Edition Foundation and MAC, I don't know any, Naughty Mascara. Love it, but thickness after a month. I'm not quite sure. Renee, preface your question again. Are you asking for a foundation for oily skin? Courtney Carroll says, any thoughts on Jaclyn Hill? As far as what? Her lipsticks and stuff? If that's what you're asking, she's a young girl. I don't like to comment on people's unfortunate situations. I wish her nothing but the best, and I hope that she gets a good team behind her. Okay, so somebody says, I did the plastic surgeon route, genetics that nothing but a knife couldn't resolve. That's funny. Okay, so Joni says, want to try the AC11, but there's alcohol in it. Okay, so let's real quick hold the questions just for a quick second. Let's talk about alcohol. So there are some good alcohols and there are some bad alcohols, all right? You need to consider where alcohol is in the ingredient list, okay? We do not want alcohol dentant as the third or fourth ingredient, okay? But if there is a type of drying alcohol towards the end of the ingredient list, make sure that you either reach out to the company or do a few little research, because sometimes a small, less than 0.5%, that's very little, is in products for antimicrobial effects. So they're not detrimental to the skin. And they are in there, though, to keep the efficacy and the ability to keep that serum intact. I can't speak to any other product lines except for this one, because I actually did speak with Osmosis about this, because this was an issue for me as well. It is the smallest amount of alcohol in there, and it's only in there for antimicrobial effects. And you will see this a lot in Paula's Choice products. And you'll see this also in a few others. What else? Other ones? I can't think of them off the top of my head. But make sure you start to know in your ingredient list where they are. But I did reach out to Osmosis. They did reformulate their spray because alcohol was up higher on the list. They did reformulate it and take it out. So there's a balance there. Good question. Thank you. Janice says, good neck cream. Went in for my regular facial. My esthetician tells me my neck is dehydrated. Honestly, I don't necessarily know for dehydration if you would actually need to get a neck cream. I have been enjoying the Tatcha neck cream. It's very hydrating, but it's very expensive. I would just use cold pressed sunflower oil. Yeah. Okay. Janet says, I have noticed a big change with the Clarisonic masseuse. Okay, great. So let's talk about this. Janet brings up a really great point. So getting back to the loss of elasticity in the face, I will be very honest with you. I am slacking on using my Clarisonic lifting massage tool. I have it and I need to start using it again. There are clinical results that Clarisonic has put out that there has been a lifting effect. Same with NuFace. I've never experienced any lifting from that, but I know a lot of you guys have. So topically is what I was talking about before, except for my problem with Clarisonic and NuFace, if you are severely loss of elasticity, I mean, to the point that it's pretty noticeable. Honestly, even the Clarisonic or the NuFace or even Zip, I'm not quite sure is going to give you the lift that you're looking for, because it does need to be handled in a plastic surgeon's office. But if you are just starting to notice a little bit of sagging, or a little bit of loss of elasticity, you absolutely can try the Clarisonic massaging tool, the NuFace if you want to, the Zip if you want to. That absolutely will help lift a little bit. But if you are kind of progressed down the line of elasticity, it does need to be addressed by a doctor. Thank you, Janice. Janet, I'm sorry. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so Emma says, have you tried any fillers for under eyes for dark circles? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Meredith. Thank you, Meredith, for tipping me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hashtag Meredith. Okay, so, okay. So let's get back to what I was talking about. Fillers. No, I have never tried fillers for under the eyes. I'm not against it. I just don't need it. But I know I have a best friend who uses it for dark circles, and he loves it. So absolutely. That's definitely something that could help. All right. Natasha says, okay, wait, sorry. Tracy says, is grapeseed oil just as good as sunflower oil? Tracy, doesn't have the same properties as sunflower oil, but grapeseed oil is fantastic. So go for it, girl. Debbie says, I saw results with a NuFace, but didn't like the electrical shock. Ooh, that doesn't sound fun. Okay. I'm going to go to Natasha's in 1 second, but I want to do Erica. Recommendations for milia on my lower lash line. Honestly, Erica, there'll be a lot of videos all out on YouTube on how to do this yourself, especially when it's along your lash line. Please go to your dermatologist. It takes 5 minutes. They'll take care of it. It needs to be handled because it needs to be lanced and it needs to be extracted, okay? So I can't tell you any home remedies because that's a really dangerous area to do anything with. All right. Natasha says, Elle, I use a double cleanse at night, cleanse in the morning, and use peptides, vitamin C, and a retinol in the evening. Is this enough plus a moisturizer at the AM and PM? 46 years old. Sure. I mean, if you're seeing it work, then fantastic. I mean, I would probably add in there a growth factor serum just to, because that's going to be super important. But yeah, good job. She says, Renee says, I love my Clarisonic and especially the foundation blending brush. I did a video on that. I liked it too. Okay. Thanks, Marie. Deb says, thoughts on Jeffree Star palette collab with Morphe. I don't really have a thought on it. I think that, you know, I would love to do a collab, not with Morphe, but I would love to do a collab with people. And so if he's getting that opportunity, I think that's great. Okay. So I love the Clarisonic. So Debbie says, I love the Clarisonic massage, eye, and foundation brushes. You know, I have the eye one, Debbie. I cannot get it to work, man. I don't know what my deal is, but I cannot get it to work. Okay. Thanks, Erica. I appreciate that. Meredith Page says, do you like the vitamin C eye cream better from Is Clinical or Drunk Elephant? So I actually use the Is Clinical eye serum, and I love that. I think it's way more effective than the Drunk Elephant. Is there anything bar microblading you can do to regrow your eyebrows, plucked them too much? Absolutely. You can use Grande Lash. Grande Lash MD. They have one for the brows. I use it almost exclusively on my lashes. But I grew my brows back with Revita Brow. It's fantastic. It's pricey, but I grew my brows back with Revita Brow. Absolutely. Okay. Marie, I am going to take care of that real quick. Sorry, guys, bear with me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Can you do a video on dermatitis? Yeah, I'll add that to my list, Jonah. I will add that to my list. Any recommendations for dark under eye circles, serums, supplements? Dark under eye circles, honestly, there's a lot of different reasons for them. So if they're hereditary, they're extremely hard to do anything with topically. I'll be very honest. If they're lifestyle induced, so making sure that you are getting more sleep, making sure that you are drinking more water. Honestly, vegetables, green leafy vegetables are super important. Anything with carotene in them, beta carotene, sorry. So, you know, your carrots and leafy greens and things of that nature. The vitamin C eye serum from Is Clinical is fantastic. But dark circles under the eyes are extremely hard to deal with. They usually have to have some sort of filler on top of them. But changing your lifestyle, probiotics, digestive enzymes, all will really help. But if it's lifestyle induced, honestly, it's all about, you know, making sure that we really nip that in the butt. So, because topically, so what's happening is that the blood is coming to the surface of the eyes. This area thins, and we can see the blood vessels and everything underneath our eyes more as we age. And so in order to get that boost back or that thickness back, it really needs to be treated in many different ways. Oh my gosh, Carol, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hashtag Carol. Thank you so much, Carol. Okay. Hope y'all are enjoying this. Okay. So Natasha says, can you recommend any eye creams that will work on the 11 marionettes? Okay, honestly, I'm going to be super honest with you. Using your jade roller, or the gold bar that I talked about, jade roller, like really rolling them out, facial massage, and then either Botox or fillers. Honestly, if you go in to just get maybe 5 units of Botox right here, it will really be life-changing, okay? And it will not be very expensive. Usually Botox is between 10 to 11 units or $10 to $11 a unit. So that's not very expensive. Just do a little bit. It will really help you out. I'm sorry to say that, but there's not a lot of topical stuff that you can do to plump that line back out, okay? But by massaging it with the jade roller, by doing the facial massages, and there's a bunch of videos all about facial massage, and you really, giving that a nice relaxation is really going to be helpful. The pressing of the motion, I have videos on jade rollers, is really going to help relax that muscle. Also, the CO Beauty, SIO that we talked about, the CO Beauty patches that you wear at night will really help as well. Nicole, thank you so much. You guys are just so awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. So thank you. What filler do you recommend for dark under eyes? Rejuviderm. But talk to your plastic surgeon, because there are different uses and there's, because they're hyaluronic acid. So you just have to talk to them and see what's best for you. But Rejuviderm probably. Thoughts on dermaplaning? Love it. Do it every couple of weeks. My favorite way to do it is with the DermaFlash. You guys are so amazing today. This is so fantastic. Let's see. What age do you recommend I start anti-aging routine? Honestly, your best anti-aging at 24 is going to be sunscreen and a hat. Really, really important. When you turn 30, you can start your anti-aging routine. But making sure that you use an eye cream at 24 is really important. So excited to see, just so excited to see you guys engaging at a young age, on skincare. Okay. Let's see. Yes, would love to hear your thoughts on your favorite dermaplaning tool. Yeah, Cami, honestly, all day long is DermaFlash. Is it okay to use jade roller over? Yes. Okay, so Christy asks, is it okay to use jade roller over areas I've had Botox? Yes, but I would give it a good week before you start doing that, okay? A good week. Okay, so Dee says, does collagen able to absorb in the facial skin? No. If you're using a collagen serum, that is more about topical plumping, as well as when they talk about collagen, it's all about kind of immediate benefits. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to plump a little bit of the skin, but the collagen does not go into the skin and then, help build collagen and all of that stuff. No. Okay. Thoughts on Dr. Janice Gross LED mask? Love it. I think it's really expensive, but it is getting good results. Okay. All right. Okay, you're the best, Elle. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate it. Eye cream recommendations. Kira, I just did a whole video on my current eye care recommendations. Check that out whenever you have a chance. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, I know, Jennifer, we all wish we started younger, honestly, but it is never too late to start. Can I use something like the Dr. Pen at home instead of doing microneedling at a spa? Meredith, honestly, I don't have enough information on the Dr. Pen to give you that feedback, and I don't know how big the needle is and how deep it is. But I always recommend, if you're going to break the skin, to have it done in a doctor's office. Okay, Ferreo UFO to help broken capillaries or prevention. Chelsea, the only thing I've ever seen work on broken capillaries is the Catalyst AC11 from Osmosis. I'm sorry, that's just honestly like hands down some of the best product for that super, that thing. Thanks so much, Helen. Appreciate it. Thanks, Darlene. I appreciate it. All right. Have you ever heard of using organic cold pressed castor oil for eyebrow? Barbara's asking. Yes, I've heard so many people have so much success with using castor oil for lashes and for brow regrowth. Absolutely. Can you do anything about hooded eyes? D, yeah, you can do a lot of things about hooded eyes. Any kind of microcurrent, like the Clarisonic massaging tool, would be great for that. There's a couple different serums that would be great. Vitamin A around the eye for eye lifting. Yeah, for sure. Yes, Marie is echoing mine. Does milia only appear under the eyes, Pam? No, it can actually appear all over. But the main areas of milia are right here, under the eyes. Some people get it right here. But yeah. Can I explain microneedling? Yeah, I mean, microneedling is basically, there's a couple different ways to do it, but the most, average way to do it is with a roller. And on the roller, what it is there are little needles. And what it does is it creates channels in the skin for products to absorb more effectively. But it also is under the philosophy of basically injuring the skin. And then when you injure the skin reacts and starts to build new collagen and goes to build new collagen to repair that skin. There are two forms of thought here. Cool. Best product for cystic acne. Making sure that you do not overwash the face, making sure you wash the face with salicylic acid. Salicylic acid, AHAs, BHAs are going to be your go-tos for cystic acne. And then if you have cystic acne, you need to be on a acne facial routine with a professional, in my opinion. Thanks, Kylie. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Marie, you're killing it right now. Thank you so much. So the best affordable products for hyperpigmentation, honestly, are going to be anything with AHAs and BHAs, vitamin C and vitamin A. So do, whatever your price range is, but those are going to be the ingredients to look for. Shaving the face, how often? I do mine every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes once a month, whenever I remember. All right. Do you think hydrofacials are better than regular ones if you have good skin? I try to figure out monthly. No. So Meredith, hydrofacials are fantastic if that is what you want to do, but I don't think that they're any better or worse. I mean, they're very effective, but if you're on a regular facial routine and you don't have a lot of skincare concerns, stay on that regular facial. You're totally fine. So she says, Elle, what's the best way to go about saggy jowls? Marina, if you just joined us, we talked about that at the beginning of this. Making sure that you go see a plastic surgeon if that's something that's really, really effective, affecting you, or go for a modality like the Zip, the Clarisonic massaging tool, or the NuFace. Tatcha primer compared to others, worth the splurge? I would get the travel size. I use it, but I don't use it. I mean, am I like dying to have it? No, but I think it's fantastic. All right. Luz, do you know about, I have some hyperpigmentation over my face and apply every night just over my spots and help to remove my spots. But if I stop using, my spots come back. Yeah, so your melanocytes are still firing. I have not heard of that product. That's a new one for me. But yeah, they start firing. They keep firing, which is it's just sometimes what happens. Will you do facial or just us? Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Hashtag. Hi, Elle. Will you do facials or just makeup? She's referring to my new practice. And I will be doing makeup and skincare. I just or facials. I just don't know when yet. All right. Your thoughts on lemon oil or bergamot oil? Those are highly sensitizing oils. If you have normal skin, I think it'd be fine. But lemon oil, unless you're taking it just internally, I think is really not great for the skin. All right. Best primers for color correction and pore filling. I just did a whole video on color correction, but primers for color correction, I love the Urban Decay's color correctors. I think they're great, as well as the NYX color correctors. And there's a lot of pore filling primers out there. Laneige makes one. Cover Effects makes one. Absolutely. I do it every 2 weeks. I don't try to do more. Yeah, citrus oils are not amazing for the skin. They really shouldn't be left on the skin. They can cause a lot of sensitivity and other things. So, all right. Are you going to try the new Cosmetics and Dry Bar Mascara? Yeah, absolutely. I will look forward to trying that. All right. Thoughts on hydroquinone? I'll take two more questions. Thoughts on hydroquinone? It's a personal decision for me to not use it. So and that will take care of your hyperpigmentation. But to me, the side effects that I have researched and that I have been told by my personal doctors that I know, for me, my personal thing is I've chosen not to use it. All right. Thanks, Dee. I appreciate it. Hey, Kelly. What is my favorite AHA products? Oh, God. Dr. Dennis Gross peel pads, Exuviance peel pads, the new wash from Maylove, the PHA toner from Glossier. What else? The Glow Biotics facial pads are fantastic. Have you ever did I ever ask you about ColourPop's sister brand, Fourth Ray? Yes, Daniela. My thoughts on Fourth Ray is it's a skincare brand, if you guys don't know, made by ColourPop. I think it's probably fantastic for hydration. So I would get your products for hydration there. I don't necessarily if I would look to that for products that are going to be like effective. All right. AC11 does come after your Essence and after TGF, yes. All right, any advice on helping your lashes hold a curl? I do lash curler and then use a waterproof mascara and then you can curl them again. Yes, thank you guys so much for all your tips today. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your kindness this week. It's been a really fun week for me to do with you guys. I have a new QVC Made Me Buy It video coming up that I can't wait to do because I know you all love that and it's just fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for spending a part of your Sunday with me. If you guys don't have any other questions, yeah, but I'm really appreciative of you all being here, and thank you so much for your time and kindness. And yeah, so so thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm just making sure nobody has some last questions here. Lisa, I think we need to find another group for you, my love. I hope you have a great day. All right. So, thank you so much, Liv. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Liv. I appreciate it. Carol needs foundation recommendations, Tracy says. All right, Carol, you might want to just double check my Foundation Friday playlist. I'm not quite sure which foundations you need for what type. Oh, hi, Missy. How are you? I haven't heard from this. All right, but thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Again, join me next week. We're going to have a great time, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye. Love you guys. Have a great day.